of your garment, on the back of it, you would have marked with chalk pencils the holes that you have on your pattern. So this will be marked with drill holes on the actual part of the garment where the pocket is going. The position and getting these holes really accurate is really, really important as to what the finished pocket's going to look like. So I have my holes marked. Then you're going to go and prepare this. And the way this is prepared is that you just sew the seam allowance on the sides of the welt. So just 1 centimeter there, 1 centimeter there on the sides. You have corners like this, you always want to trim, so you can turn this inside out. So you have this ready with the edges sewn. You would iron this. If your fabric is very light, this piece needs to get fused. If it's not, then it can just be made like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start attaching these to the garment. If the actual pair of trousers that you're making or whatever garment that you're making, your fabric frays a lot, or your fabric is really, really sort of drapey, what you want to do on the side that you do not see, you're going to create a fusing like about this big, and you're going to apply a patch of fusing on the inside of the garment. That patch of fusing is going to stop your garment from fraying and falling apart as you're applying the pocket. On calico, you don't really need to. On cotton, you don't really need to. Now, the short pocket bag is attached to the bottom, and the long pocket bag is attached to the top. However, the way you attach these pocket bags is actually on the right side of the garment. So you want to be able to see the corners of your pocket. Long pocket bag goes up here. Short pocket bag goes here. This guy goes here. This is the outside of your garment. Short pocket bag with this. Long pocket bag up there. And the way they're sewn is that they're sewn to this line that joins. See what I mean? So the seam allowance on this is going to be sewn exactly on this line. The seam allowance of this is going to be sewn exactly on this line. You don't want to do them at the same time. To make your life a bit easier, what you can do is you can actually attach the two of these with a 0.5 seam allowance, maybe. Sorry? This is the short one. The short one so if this point and this point were the seam allowance on our pockets, that needs to be placed exactly on that point. This side is off. It's actually here. And here. So now you're going to sew. If that line was to basically be visible through your fabric, that would have been the edge of your pocket. So now I'm going to sew from there to there.
And the welt is in the middle, right?
The welt is here. It might not make sense why I'm doing what I'm doing now, but when you actually see the pocket turned inside out, then it will make sense. And you're going to have to try this quite a few times until you get it. On the back, I've sewn from that point to that point. It's really, really important that you get this right. So immediately you turn around and see if this is correct. If this is not correct, unpick, start again. Now the second pocket bag is going to go up here from this point to this point. It's a little bit tricky because you need to now lift the other one. Again, if it's easier for you, you can actually draw a really faint line because you're not really going to see that. Once this gets turned inside out, you won't see what you've drawn on the pocket bag. So if it really helps you to do that, that's fine. So outside of your garment, this is happening. Long pocket bag on top, short pocket bag with the welt. Again, check the back, make sure that you've sewn correctly. Mine's a little bit off, but it's okay. Now, we're gonna cut open in that shape that I told you guys. Sometimes with an unpicker, it's a little bit easier to do this. So if you have one, you can make a little hole in the garment first. Should be fine, yep. And then when you get to this point, start cutting it open and stop maybe a millimeter or two before your last stitch. Okay, now that you cut this open, everything's going to be pushed through the hole to the back of the garment.
Do we need to fix it with add stitch or just press?
Sorry?
Do we need to fix it with add stitch over?
There's more steps to this. Yeah. I'm just showing you what it should look like on the outside. Now ironing at this stage is quite important. I'm not going to waste your time with it. But what you want to do is let's iron it just so you can see.